Hi class, Miss B here today, and we are going to talk about how to identify fractions that are equivalent. For example, is 1/2 really equivalent to 1/4? Let's find out. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to identify equivalent fractions by using a fraction model, or fraction strips. Remember that when we are talking about fractions, we are talking about equal parts of a whole. Here, I have one whole rectangle. If I split this rectangle into two parts, 1, 2, we see that I have 2 1/2s. If we divide it into 4 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, we see that each one of these parts represents 1/4 of my whole rectangle. Okay? Just because the numerators or the denominators are different does not mean that the fractions are not equivalent. I'm going to reset my rectangle. So let's say I have 1/3 and 2/6. Okay? Remember, different denominators, but we're going to see how much space each one takes up. So I have 1/3. I'm going to grab my 1/3 chunk here and put it up here. Next, we have 2/6, meaning I need to grab 2 of my 1/6 parts. 1, 2. Now remember, our denominators are different. We have 1/3 and 2/6. However, using our fraction model, we can see that the 1/3 part takes up the same amount of space as our 2/6. Meaning that these two fractions are in fact equivalent. Okay? If I were to divide this whole rectangle into 1/2, I'm going to stick my 1/2 chunk up here. Okay? Let's see how many 1/4ths it takes to equal that 1/2. 1, 2. Okay, so we have 1/2 up here, and we have 2/4. Now, once again, our numerators and our denominators are different. However, using our fraction model, we see that they take up the same amount of space in our whole rectangle, meaning that they are equivalent. If we wanted to try this with, let's say, how many 1/8ths does it take to equal 1/2? I'm going to grab my 1/8ths over here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4/8ths is equivalent to 2/4ths and 1/2. By using our fraction strips, we're able to see that all three of these fractions are equivalent because they represent the same amount of space in our rectangle. Okay, we are going to have some fun exploring this in class, and I can't wait to see you guys and see your brains grow and see what fractions you can put together to make up one whole. See you next time.